Okay, Sag, so you got the Nine of Pentacles, and this is good because it's a 9 for you. And the 9s are all connected to the Hermit, okay? And the Hermit rules the 9s, and this is a 9 that is Earth, and it is Virgo. So you are realizing that, like, okay, I know what I need to be doing. I need to be focusing on my goals and manifesting them and materializing things that, you know, only I kind of can, right? Because Virgo talks about doing what you do and what you do best and doing it often, right? So this could be saying that you may have gotten distracted by, you know, some external factors. Maybe you're pulling back and trying to do things more efficiently. You're being more responsible about your time, okay? And you are also taking a lot of things into account that may need to change. And you're actually doing the work too, you know? This is very reliable, you know, practices or, you know, shifts that you're doing, like small victories, right? You definitely are focusing on a healthier lifestyle and one that has to do with you being like just on your wellness kick, right? A little bit less of everything that has been distracting you. You might still afford yourself sometimes, but you're like, okay, I need to preserve something. So I feel like that's what we're thinking about, preserving some aspect of your reality and of your lifestyle too. Because if you're just kind of like whatever and you don't have a certain lifestyle or a certain way that you like to do things or live, you know, then what are you doing, right? Everybody has a certain way that they like to do things. Everybody knows that, like, you know, okay, today I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to do that. Because some people are still out of work because, you know, I mean, out of work completely just because of the pandemic. I don't know what you were doing, you know what I mean? You could have worked in a bar or something, but things are opening back up, right? But some of you are still not fully in your, I don't know, self-management as you were before. So this is saying like now you've changed. You've kind of gotten tired of like not putting any thought into anything. So now you're going to start doing that. And that's good. And, you know, this isn't saying that you were being reckless before. It's just saying that now you want to perform better. You know what I mean? It's like a star athlete will always be a star athlete when, especially when they're in their prime. But it's like when they're off season, they're probably not like as strict. So this is saying like you feel like you're getting back on season with yourself. So you're starting to feel like you're back aligning with your own, you know, energy. This is about getting aligned in your body. And this is also getting aligned with your, you know, your immune system, right? Because I've heard doctors say that your immune system isn't in your gut, but we're going to say that it is, okay? Your intestine, that's where bacteria breaks down. There's where things don't even get passed to be absorbed into your body. You know what I mean? It's like things are being channeled away. Waste is being channeled away. Toxins are being channeled away. So that's what you're doing here. You're kind of like, you're purifying your daily life with, you know, more reliable, I don't know, subject matter and reliable people, that kind of thing, right? Because we can give certain things back to the earth, right? We just can't, like, dump a toxic load onto the earth at one time, you know what I mean? So it's saying like you can't party all the time, you know what I mean? So some of you who have been doing it, you're gonna stop doing that. Yeah, where was I? I think I was on Sagittarius. Okay, so you guys are doing more work. Now we're gonna go to Capricorn. Ooh, this is a really good card for Capricorn because it is Venus. It's the lady, which is the Empress. Oh my God. Sorry, my speaker. This thing is so sensitive. But the lady is a 3, just like the world, right? And the lady is talking about something, a seed being planted, it growing, something manifesting, but it's kind of like how you are changing. It's like your inner world is changing and your external world is changing. Over time, you're starting to realize that you're putting things into perspective and you're making these connections, right? These monumental connections, or these very obvious connections with things that change with time, over time, right? All right, take the pressure off. That's also kind of like what this card is saying too. You need to take the stress off of your body because like the lady, the Empress, is pregnant. And usually when a body is pregnant, it's going through a lot of changes very quickly. So it's under a lot of stress. So your body could be absorbing a lot of the energy around you. So you could be feeling very stressed in some kind of way. You probably need to connect with nature in some kind of way. There's running water here, so that's good. Any kind of like water therapy, maybe drinking more water. It also talks about how you eat, that type of thing. Everything is connected, so the water, you know, the food that you eat, the time that you spend doing work, and the time that you spend, you know, working on your body or whatever it is that you do. But this is talking about managing things very well, you know, and sometimes managing things well means you have to be flexible, and sometimes you have to just kind of like let the chips fall where they may, because like the Empress or the lady, she can do it all, but she doesn't have time to do everything all at once. And it's like she's not going to try to do that, you know what I mean? It's like if she's got to go and pick the wheat and harvest the fruit, then she's not going to be thinking about doing something else. You know, it's like, don't get distracted. Think about what's in front of you in that moment, because that is what you will be able to, you know, manage the best, right? You can only do one thing at a time. So don't drive yourself crazy thinking about something that you need to do when it's not time to do it, you know? And also think about what is immediate, because the lady is thinking about, you know, what do I need to do right now, right? Because she's being pulled and stretched in a lot of different directions. So it's very important to stay grounded. And that's what this is talking about too, because it's the environment that you're in. You know, in the next year, your environment will be very different than it is now. Just because the lady, you know, she's pregnant, it takes about 9 months and 3 weeks for a baby to come. So this is talking about like 10 months or like a year for sure. It's got a feeling of like 360 with the 3 being here. The baby in the belly is a sphere, very 360, you know what I mean? Just like any planet that's round, you know? Anyway, let's continue. Aquarius. Wow. Amazing card, first of all. You got the Ace of Swords. This is asking you to think about who you are and think about what you want and not lie to yourself either, you know? Oh. What is your truth? You know, it's like you've probably been holding your breath for a long time, or been keeping quiet about something for a long time, or you feel like you haven't been able to express something openly, but now you can, or now you have. Now you know, with the Ace of Swords, right? It's like, now I know, and now I can start over. You know, maybe you had to cut off something, or you had to disengage from something. It's like you're coming back from, you know, maybe even being like almost unconscious for a while, not conscious of things, you know, removed, pulled away, right? But I feel like now you are clean. You know, some of you could be clean, you know. You know, you could be clear-headed now that you are clean, because that's a very deep thing to talk about, or a very, like, you know, harsh subject. The power of the mind. Knowledge is power. Some of you need to read. Pick one book, read it, right? Just to kind of like take yourself away from the outside world and explore the inner world, right? Or worlds that you haven't been, places that you haven't been, you know, a new concept, right? We want you to explore a new concept, and that new concept could even be like fiction or nonfiction, or it could be, you know, I don't know, Voltaire, Epictetus, right? Anything, Nietzsche. It could be anything, new information. So maybe you want to inform yourself about something that you didn't know. You know what I mean? A new plant. Maybe some of you need to get like a plant or something like that, because the Ace of Swords is very much Mercury, and Mercury is, you know, connected to Gemini, which is like numbers and letters and communication, and very much like that. But then it's like science and math, right? If Gemini was the math, then Virgo would be the science, right? The earth part behind the science. So this is why the Ace of Swords gives me, maybe you need to get a plant, or maybe you need to get something to focus on in a healthy way, or that's gonna, you know, bring, I don't know, some focus into your life, right? You need to focus. Okay, Pisces. We have the Queen of Pentacles for you, and the Queen of Pentacles is talking about, you know, what you spend your time doing, you know, your will to carry on. You know, this could be you doing the very best that you can with your situation. You're being tested for sure. Your abilities are being tested, you know, and maybe you are being challenged in a way that you haven't been challenged before, or maybe you're feeling the pressures of the challenges that you are going through, having to prove yourself to yourself, and maybe even having to prove yourself to others, because this could be making you question how good of a job you are doing. You know what I mean? Because that's just what it is. The Queen of Pentacles is connected to that Three of Pentacles, Mars and Capricorn. And Mars is working, trying to do a great job. And Capricorn is, you know, pushing it, right? So this is saying, you know, maintain some level of patience with yourself. Make sure that you can, you know, step out of your shoes and sympathize with that person that is you. And this is only pushing you to show you what you are made of. You know what I mean? So this is going to give you a greater sense of self-value and achievement when it's all said and done, to be quite honest with you. Okay, Pisces. Thank you so much. Let's get on to the next part of this reading, which is just going to be a straight up reading for the collective.